Hello friends, and welcome to September. I have a planning video for you today, and we're just gonna set up basically what I wanna get done, goals for this month, all of the things. I am long overdue. I did play around with this just a wee bit this week. So this is what I have thus far with all of my sticky notes. You guys know I love my sticky notes. I am grateful that we have another month down in this year. Just means 2021 is coming sooner than later. I definitely am gonna move my sticky notes to the side. If you guys are new here, my name is Tanya. I'm a homeschooling mom to 4 kiddos. This is my in advance planner. I have a setup of this planner down below. I will leave it linked. The cover is by A Humble Place, and I absolutely love it. I painted my nails to match because I'm ready for fall. I'm ready for some colder weather. So let's jump into September. This is gonna be our first full month of school, y'all. Between July and August, we had breaks, and this month, we don't. And so I'm excited to really fully focus. I got my to-do list here along with, like, we're not doing school this day. And then all of these little stickers are for my girls' speech, my 2 oldest, who are 5 and 9. I have both of them on this day and then only one on that does it twice a week. So that's for that. I have not filled out another sticky note, anything else in this month yet. And so let's just jump into it. Y'all, when I say I'm so grateful for another month down, I'm so grateful. Like, this year is just weird. And even the way I started my homeschool year, it was not the best. So I'm ready to just get into a really good groove as I try to find a color that I really want to focus on this month. Blue and green kind of seem to be it. Green is my mother's favorite color, and it's her birthday this month. So I want to make sure that I note that. She just actually visited us a couple weeks ago, and it was nice to see her. So I'm gonna put my mom's birthday here. And as well as in black, these little hearts mean it's Lily's speech. And I'm just actually gonna put it there, and then I'm gonna put Dylan. I don't need to write it every time. I have the little stickers, so that reminds me. Speech day. And then that is from 12 to 1 p.m. They each get a half an hour, whereas my daughter's is 12:30 to 1 p.m. Y'all, that's legit all I have going on this month. Not a whole lot, but I'm grateful that we can just get into a great school routine and get it nailed down. So there's my monthly layout. It will definitely get filled out as we go because there's a few doctor's appointments and a few other things that I need to do, but we don't have a whole lot going on, and I'm kind of liking it. So there's that view. And as I turn the page, I have more sticky notes like we saw. It's time to get all this filled out. This is one of my favorite pages in this planner. It's the Mother Culture page. And it just kind of is a personal page that reminds me that, you know, with homeschooling, we as mothers should not be forgotten. And so this is all about the mom page. And so let's fill this out together. I'm definitely gonna use this green. And you know what? I even wrote on this little sticky note, I wrote kind of what I wanted to do this week and things that I was thinking of. And this month, I am really grateful for opportunities. I should say, if I spell anything wrong, comment down below. I'm literally one of the worst spellers. It's just something about me that is just what it is. This box is my thoughts and my prayers this month. I'll fill that out kind of on my own. And then this is an area I need help in. And honestly, I need to let the house be what it is. I'm gonna say be lived in. If you are new to homeschooling, or if you're thinking about homeschooling, one thing that I want to tell you is that your house is never gonna be the same. Now, I'm not saying I'm gonna let my house be dirty all the time, but I just need to be okay with well, I'm always okay with dishes in the sink because I hate doing the dishes. But like, if my floor isn't completely well mopped and vacuumed, and it's okay. Like, it's just okay. I can get to it at the end of the day when I do my nightly routine. So I'm just gonna say, I want my house, let my house be lived in. And I'm just preaching to myself. I really need to remember that. One thing I would love to try to improve in, last month I'm sure I said the exact same thing, and I did. I want to wake up early, y'all. I am a night person, I'm not a morning person. I want to wake up early, and so I want to wake up early and work out. That is something I need to do. So that's something is my goal. I trained my body this last month to wake up at 7. So my goal this time is to wake up at 6:30 and then 6. Yes. And so that is what I'm doing. I am currently not reading anything much right now, so I'm gonna leave that blank, which I need to read. So maybe that's what I should put too. I want to wake up early and I want to read more. This box says, I would love to learn more about. Y'all, this one I am also gonna leave blank for right now. Items I would love that, or items that would bring joy. Honestly, y'all, I am loving my lemonade. I really am liking lemonade and our read alouds. We have been getting read alouds done very fast. We just finished the one and only Ivan. Y'all, I love the one and only Ivan. We're gonna watch the movie this weekend. It's gonna be great. So now, book list. This is something that I need to be better at, writing all of our books down. We are going to be doing Cleopatra, because that's where we're at in history, as well as Detective Togas. So these are 2 history ones, and this one looks like it's pretty easy. And then these you wouldn't want to be. My kids absolutely adore these, and we'll probably take a good few weeks to just get through this book. But my kids love these books. I was introduced to them the beginning of last year, and they just love them. So we're gonna be doing these 2. So I'm gonna write those down. I think I'm gonna stick with the green. As well as, because we just finished, Detective in Togas. We just finished our one and only Ivan. The kids will pick out a new read aloud, so we'll start that. I will definitely share that over on my Instagram. If you're not following me there, I share a lot more of our everyday. So definitely join our family over there. It is fun and just nice to like connect with you on a more day-to-day basis. So I have that on that side. And then what I've been doing on this is putting a ton of quotes. I've been really liking it. I will show you for the one and only Ivan. I put just quotes from it. There's not a lot, but there's definitely some here that reminds me that that's where we were at. And so I will do the same thing. I'll fill this out when we are at books and things bring up something funny. Here, I don't have anything. I would love to know if you use this planner. I'm trying to see, make sure I didn't do anything last year. Nope, last month I didn't do anything here. Let me know, leave me a comment, let me know what you use this section for, because we don't read that many books. So I want to know what I can use here because I don't have anything. And then, like I said, we'll put quotes here, and then let's go back to our weekly plans, y'all. I have a plan to go and show you guys what I have going on, like a finished quarter walkthrough of my planner very soon, and we'll talk about kind of how I've planned differently and how things have changed throughout. But just to begin our weekly spread, I just put the days of the week and I put those up top. Okay, and like you saw, I have my little divider here, and this just has our jump start, so things I need to remember that I check off. On the side here, I do Bible. We have definitely been doing a few things differently lately, and so I want to make sure that I remember. See, littles, and then I almost wish I would have put littles here. Oh well, and we'll do history. I've been switching these two and I got caught up in what I was writing, but that's okay. So that is how I start our weekly spread. History's there, and I'll put science here. We usually do that more at the end of the week, as well as art. Art, I have been trying so hard to make sure I start off doing more art or nature study or whatever it may be, and it will all just go right here in this column. Very first thing that I do is I look at what our memory brings. And so in our memory, we're in week 2. And I will just write down our scripture. Right now we are in Psalms 34, and that's where I will write down our Psalms. And we're in Psalms 34, and that's 2. Also, we have a book that I've been trying to read once a week as a family, just to learn about character building. So the book I have for this is going to be The Good, the Bad, and the Silly. We have been loving these VeggieTale books, and I just read one a week. So it tells me in the back the lesson. We got these from a really good friend, and I'm very grateful for them. So we are actually gonna put, so if you haven't told, this is like my section that I kind of write down what I want to make sure we accomplish this week. It's nothing too crazy. I'm actually gonna use black. But this 2 columns, I kind of just make a list of the things I want to make sure I get done during the week. Another thing too, I will definitely grab a different color when I know that I'm talking about a specific person. So my son needs to start his new writing. I'm sorry, I said writing, I meant spelling. This pen is not loving me right now. So he is actually in level 2 now. So he will be doing that this week. So I want to make sure I just note that. Monday is actually my birthday, which is yesterday for you guys. And so we will not be doing school. But let's do a dark blue. Sounds good. We will be doing nature walk. We're gonna go hiking. And I want to bring back a few things. So depending on how that goes, Tuesday we will do some nature review, basically. We'll just say nature talk. And one thing that we've been wanting to do is learn how to draw a hummingbird or learn more about hummingbirds. And I just have this nature journal by Kristen Rogers that I love from the Wild and Free. And in here, I know that there was a hummingbird section, but I just have to remember where, as well as a feather section. So if we don't bring back anything, 46. We will definitely do the feathers, but we always find really good stuff. So I want to dive deep into hummingbirds. We have a really fun feeder outside our window that we see hummingbirds daily. My kids have actually named them. The girl is named Petunia. And like most birds, the boys are the colorful ones and the girls are not. So we'll probably look really into this and dive deep. I don't know if I'll pull out all the things, but because we don't have a nest to look at, but we'll definitely learn about some facts about the hummingbird and just cover a few things in our nature. So that will be science for Tuesday. For history, y'all, we are still Rome for Reformation. If you're new, this is what we're doing this year. This week we are on week 4, I believe. And so I'm just gonna look through and see, I kind of just see like what books we're in. We're in Roman Empire. We're still reading Augustus Caesar. Now this is for like 3rd grade to 8th grade. And my 5th grader loves the read alouds thus far for this. My 3rd grader is like, because he is on the younger cusp of it. However, my 5th grader loves history, so she's loving this program. We're doing Streams of Civilization 2, and so when I see that we're in 3 different books, I don't necessarily break it down each day. We will do like all of the Roman Empire one day. We'll break out and do all of Julius Caesar, or Augustus Caesar, I'm sorry, one day, and then we'll do 1 day of Streams of Civilization. It just works better for us that way. So I'll write that down and where I want to start basically for history, and I will just put Roman Empire. I do not write out everything each day because some days we don't get to it, and I'm not gonna beat myself up for not getting to it. I will just mark off, what they want us to cover. Okay, so I already saw something as I'm reading this. The first thing is bathhouse, and it has C notes, and that I'm grateful for because I'm like, do I really want to teach my kid that? And so it will just say what it was about a game, Knuckle Bones, last year. If you didn't make it last year, you can make it this year. And so that was on page 43. But you know, sometimes there's things in history that we don't always want to teach our kids, and that's okay. Like, you are not required to do everything that your curriculum tells you. Your curriculum should be a tool for your family, and always just remember that. I'm gonna put game and do a question mark because I would need to look into that to see. I don't have that book with me right now, just to see if that's something we want to do. This also has our Bible in it, and for Bible, we are learning all about the New Testament, and we actually have already gotten this far. We started our Bible early, and so I'm just gonna say a New Testament review. All my kids memorized the New Testament books, who wrote them, and what order, and all of that. And we're just gonna do a review on that. As well as we're gonna jump into memory week 2. And that's all I have to write down for that right now. We are gonna start these 2 books this week. I might actually, let's do Cleopatra this day because I do want to make sure we get to it. We've been doing our Augustus Caesar Thursday or Friday, so I will add in detective on this day. I'll put it here. And if you haven't seen any of my other videos, these pens that I'm using are erasable. And so if I wanted to erase something during the week, I can if something else does not go as planned. So we'll leave those to the side. For science this year, I kind of scrapped everything else, and we have been into these 2 books. We've read a little bit of this. We haven't actually made anything because it's a review. And we've been doing Astronomy Academy. My kids love any of these Academy books. I gotta remember where we're at and whose I have here. I thought they put their names on them. One day. We did not get into this last week, so it's important that this week, oh, this is Lily's. And Lily is my oldest, and she's doing this with helping with her younger sister, which has been nice. It's been very nice. We did meet the crew, so we're on quick thinking. We'll do that one, and we can get through a couple of these a day, so we'll do both of these. Oopsie, y'all, I get ahead of myself. Ready. And I do not know what I'm doing. So I'm just gonna do that for now, and if we decide to do more, I'll just write it in that we did more that day, as well as the rest of the week. That's one of the other reasons I do not write a lot on these days, because I don't know what sometimes like we might not get to detective togas, and we'll spend all day in this book. And I'm okay with that. It just depends on how my kids are doing with that. For this, I am starting at the bones. And I know we read about it. I'm just trying to think of where I started. Oh, page 49. So for this one, I actually need to just print the stuff off because we read about those like 200 bones and we kind of reviewed that already a couple weeks ago. So now it's just about printing. So for here, I need to print off PG 49. And that will remind me that sometime this week, I would like to do that. More than likely this day, I'm gonna be doing create skeleton. I'm gonna try to do it in the morning when we normally do our science and history and all of that, but if it just becomes too difficult, I will move that to the afternoon when I just have my big kids around. So I need to print off this, and I'll probably print off cardstock. I will say, I don't understand. I was actually very disappointed in this book because I bought 2 of them thinking, oh, that would be perfect. I won't make any copies. I'll just get 2. But y'all, look at, it's on both sides. So you have to make copies. Like I was like pretty, not devastated, but I was sad that like we couldn't just tear them out and use them. You have to make copies. So that is one thing I was not aware of when I bought this book. So just to let you know, you have to make copies. So that's history. Art, we have been doing the yellow spot sun and we're illuminating a letter. And I think when I'm reading Detective Yogas, I'm gonna say yogas all day long. Detective Togas. I am going to have them work on that. Let's just say letter. They have them all already, like their rough drafts is what they're working on. So I'm gonna have them do that as I read this book for the first time. Moving on to my big kids. They are almost done with both of their independent readings and we're gonna start Robin Hood. We're gonna do Robin Hood as a book club just with my big kids. I don't know how it's gonna work yet or when we're gonna have time to do it, but I wanna make sure that I try this week. And so here's my black pen. This, I'm gonna just say, start Robin Hood. And we're gonna start it together, but I do have 2 of these books together. And so they will end up reading on their own and we'll meet back together. This printable is from Confessions of a Homeschooler. Her name's Erica, and we make a lap book. So each of them will be making a lap book for each of the chapters or so many chapters. We've actually never done a lap book on our own. We've done them with groups before, so we'll see how that goes, how my big kids like them, but I have that. I also have Who Was George Carter, and on Mondays I have been doing a little bit different of a history outside of our norm. I've been kind of doing almost like a looping system. And so I have this Who Was printable from The Waldorf Way. I also will leave it linked below. And here is just some of her printables, a little bit about the person on the back. But because we're not doing school this Monday, and I totally forgot, and we're not doing school next Monday, I'm not quite sure when we're gonna get to this. So I need to just make a mental note in a couple weeks that maybe we can get to it then, because kids can sit and draw or color and they will just listen aloud and we can get through one of those pretty quickly, a Who Was. So I'm reading I don't have an extra, actually I might have an extra, I didn't bring my sticky notes, but I actually might have one. Yep. And I'm just gonna say, make time. on that day. So that's in a couple weeks. So we're not getting to it this week, but that's okay. We will get to it soon enough. And this folder, I have all of my Kinder's almost language arts program. It's called Rooted in Reading, and it's by Amy Lemons on Teachers Paid Teachers. And the book we're reading, I will definitely use pink because that's her color. This week is going to be Giraffe Problems. And it's a very cute book. So I'm going to write that out. And we are going to talk about what a verb is. And then I'm going to have her do a review on what a noun is. Now I know this because I've already looked through this and I've already printed off, oh, and fiction and nonfiction. That was the other one. So we'll do fiction. I was going to say that I've already looked at it. And again, I just write it on this column because then I know whenever we get to it. Sometimes we read the story aloud. She just has the cutest little illustrations on this. And then there's a few worksheets I've printed as well. Sometimes we read, like, there's been a couple times that we've read the story in the morning when, like, my bigs aren't even up and my littles are. Then there's times that my bigs want to hear it, so I'll read the story a couple times. It just depends on the week. And we're actually going to do this one for 2 weeks because I want to really get the concept down of fiction versus nonfiction and review the noun and the verb. So we're going to be doing that for 2 weeks. And y'all, that's legit all I do. I have, I will say that my bigs will be doing their first actual writing assignment this week. So that will be here for IEW. I've been trying to get both my big and my little kind of on the same schedule. They're doing both IEW, but they're doing 2 separate programs. But if I can get them doing their outline, if you're familiar with IEW, their outline first, take like on the same day, and then they're writing at the same time. It helps me out know what everyone's doing. And that's it. Our goal would be to finish up, I'll just put goal here. Their read aloud, their independent reading. And that is the basics of our week. Like I said, I do write a whole bunch of stuff on this side usually to begin with. We're not doing school here, so I don't need anything that day. It's really pretty simple when it comes down to it, and I'll start filling out all that we do. So I do a lot of record keeping slash this one, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. This sticky note is all about hymns and what I need or don't need. So I'm actually gonna put that in October because our hymn is good for this month. I don't have to worry about it. And I should have looked at this as well to remind me where we're at. So we have a drive-through history video to watch, as well as, I already said Detective Togas. Yes, I did it again. Detective Togas. Start Who Was. I have made a note about that. Where we're at for Augustus Caesar. And I don't know what day we're going to start that. So maybe I'll just make a note of it here. Start Augustus, page 80. Then I can get rid of this. And then there is a drive-through Rome drive-through history for Rome that I was gonna watch. So I'm gonna put that one also here. We've never watched any of the drive-through history, and so I'm excited to look at that sometime this week. Okay. And then that takes care of that sticky note, and I can get rid of it. There is what I have going on. I did not even put what week we're in. So we're gonna do August 31st through September 1, 2, 3, 4th. And y'all, usually I put kind of like what character we're gonna work on, which is making good choices. So I'll see if I go back and do that. But that's legit just how I set up our week. When anytime I find something I need to do, I'll print it off there. But otherwise, that's what we're looking at, as well as the monthly is there. Nothing too exciting, but all good things at the same time. And I hope this helped just see how I kind of set it up, how our routine goes when I am setting things up as well. I hope you all have a great rest of your September 1st, if that's what day you're watching this when I air it, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye, friends.